Prepare to be captivated by the business story of the week, hosted by me, Shaheen Shan. Join us on a journey through the twists and turns of entrepreneurial triumphs and setbacks. Immerse yourself in the narrative and witness the magic that turns dreams into reality. This is Business Story of the Week.
And welcome back, folks. Welcome back to Business Story of the Week. I am your host, Joshua. And today, are you ready to unlock your full potential and achieve your goals? Well, we got our perfect guest for that today. Shahzad is a transformation catalyst. He's a speaker, an author, project manager, an entrepreneur, humanitarian, and a coach. His journey from the executive MBA program to becoming a coach reflects his passion for empowering individuals worldwide. Shahzad's coaching style is direct, emphatic, results-oriented, aiming to unlock each individual's full potential. Beyond coaching, he is a trailblazer in innovation and social impact, driving tangible change in industries and communities. Shahzad's commitment to giving back is evident through his initiative providing vital resources and opportunities for those in need. It is quite the story and quite the introduction. I cannot do you justice enough. Shahzad, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Good, Joshua. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I think that's the best ever someone has ever introduced me. So I appreciate it. I
Uh,
appreciate the kind words. Thank you for having me on. I
well,
appreciate it.
I truly appreciate you coming on here. I'm quite excited, especially reading through the bio and the information that you provided. Shahzad, I want to get into this real quick, but first, we need to ask, and I always started with this question. What is
Yeah.
the story of Shahzad? I didn't ask this prior to the call, but I want to pronounce your name properly. Shahzad Krabaidwala. Krabaidwala.
Yes. Tough name, man. You
Right?
pronounce it as good as it gets for the first time. It's pronounced Shahzad Karbidwala.
Karbidwala. Almost
There you
got
go.
there. What is the story of Shahzad Karbidwala? Because you're into fitness, you're into coaching now, and you know that you've always been, you've always had that coaching bone in you. And have you always been into fitness since you were a child?
Good question. Yeah, man.
Mhm.
Since the age of 5, I don't know where I got this fitness bug, but it really stemmed from since I was 5, I wanted to be a professional athlete.
Wow.
And if you see me, um, I'm 5'5". You can't see me standing up, but I'm 5'5". I have a smaller bone structure. My lineage is from Karachi, Pakistan. So the demographics of that area, a lot of the people have smaller bone structure. And um,
Right.
I I was just headstrong on being a professional athlete, man. And
Wow.
I want to tell you this term, because we're going to use it in this conversation, I think, multiple times, by whatever
Please.
means necessary.
Wow.
Um, you know, so that term means that throughout the life cycle of where I am now versus where I was before, there was struggles. There
Mhm.
was a lot of inner demons that I've battled throughout my life, but where I
Mhm.
am now,
Mhm.
is because of the people that I put around myself, surrounded myself with in my life, the
Beautiful.
positive people versus what I had before.
Mhm.
So yeah, to answer your question, yeah, fitness, sports, it's been in my life because I was striving for to become an athlete, become a professional athlete, make a living, um, you know, being an athlete. So yeah.
What a story. And I love what you said by whatever means necessary. But I guess the next question now is what sports athlete, what particular sport were you wanting to be an athlete in or sports, maybe in plural? What were you trying to pursue?
Yeah, it was football. I was born and
Wow,
raised in the US, man. So
of course.
football is huge, right? Like,
Yeah.
the NFL takes one whole day. They own
Mm,
Sundays when during the season. So
mm,
my mom, I was a very, Joshua, I was a very energetic kid.
yeah.
I got into trouble. Just like any normal kid in the U, I got into trouble, man. And my
Hmm.
my mom and dad wanted me to put me into something where I could exercise my energy. So they put me in
Right.
football. They put me and my brother into football, and I just got a love for it. Oh, God, I was like 8 or 9 years old, and I just fell in love with the sport. And I thought that was the sport that
Mhm.
helped me get into, the professional arena. But little did I know that, going into being a professional football player is the ratio is very small. So when my football career was done, I started in professional bodybuilding, and that's where
There you
really
go.
um, uh,
It really
I
kicked it off.
it kicked it off. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Good word for that. Kicked it off, and that's where I became a professional, and
Hmm.
I was very blessed and fortunate to work with a lot of great people, Joshua.
Wow.
Not just in that bodybuilding realm, but
Hmm.
just in life in general. I
That's
wouldn't
true.
be standing here today
Hmm.
if it wasn't my friends, my family, my inner
Hmm.
circle, my support circle that have helped me.
Would
Really, I'm really blessed.
I would love to get into that today, is of course. And of course, just as a fellow small person or short person like you are, I know the plight, I know the feeling as well,
Yeah,
Shahzad.
man.
And like, we try to compensate with our fitness, basically, right? But I'm not a
Yeah.
bodybuilder like you are. And but to be fair, I did, yes, it's true. Some of the most nicest people I've ever met are bodybuilders. For some reason, they're just like really nice people. They're the most helpful people in the gym, and
Yeah.
they're always ready to help and encourage people, right? You've like you said, you really got into the professional bodybuilding, into your fitness journey. Part of your nutrition philosophy emphasizes perseverance, to achieve your fitness goals. Before we really dive into the more profound parts of your journey, can you delve into your approach when it comes to nutrition and fitness, and how it aligns with broader missions of empowering individuals
Yeah.
to lead
Uh,
active lifestyle?
so my life mission, Joshua, when I was younger, in my early adolescence into my early adulthood, was, like I said before, was to become a professional athlete.
Right.
Um, and the goal was accomplished, but not to the extent that I would have wanted to. But
Yes.
I learned a lot of life lessons. And after that, now
See.
my goal in life, which will extend till I pass away, is to help people by any means necessary.
Beautiful.
Um,
Beautiful.
so it's a little bit different.
Hmm.
So my approach is from a nutritional standpoint, and that's one piece of service that I like to provide people is very customized. It's
Right. Right.
specifically for people. I see a lot of amazing people doing a lot of stuff on YouTube and social media, and they have a very expanded footprint on social media, and they
Right.
do a lot of stuff working out, and they deal with the masses. I don't do that. Um,
Right.
for me, success is not based on volume, it's based on quality. So when
Wow.
I help somebody, it's very intimate. I help them one on one. I develop
Wow.
a program for them. I develop a routine for them, specifically tailored for their specific needs. I
Wow.
don't do it. Again, and yeah, money's great, but it's Joshua. It's the root to all evil, in my opinion.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, I mean, I just do it to help people, and I get a lot of, oh God, I don't know the word I want to use, but it's just so self-warming when you're able to help somebody, especially help them develop their physique, reach their fitness
Hmm.
goals, and
Hmm.
get them where they want to be. You
It
know,
must be very fulfilling to see people to actually have an active influence in their lives, but not just because, not just like any other exercise program, but you actually are actively involved in their lives, not just their fitness. And it's what a philosophy to share to us today. Whatever it takes to help people and make that change. And this is quite a perfect transition into the more profound parts of your journey, because as a coach, your approach is to help individuals unlock their full potential, right? How do you navigate these challenges to ensure that they achieve their desired outcome, but not just in fitness? How do you try to approach a more holistic change in an individual?
it's a great question. So, fitness, training, life goals, whatever they may be, there is a milestone behind each one of them, right? Someone
Right.
wants to do something. For example, Joshua, I'll give you some perspective. A gentleman
Hmm.
that I'm working with right now wants to change
Oh,
his career,
right.
right?
Right.
That's the milestone. So I focus on solution based because, in life, talk is cheap. Honestly, man, if I was, let's go back to my bodybuilding days. If I was given $1 for any time someone came to me up in the gym or wherever
Hmm.
I was and said, "Hey, you look good. What do you do?" "I'm a bodybuilder." "Okay, I would like to be a bodybuilder too."
Wow.
"Okay." If I had $1 for every time someone told me they wanted to be a bodybuilder, I'd be a millionaire. So talk is cheap, right? In
That's
order
true.
to live your life's potential, say
Hmm.
what you say, but do what
Do
you do what you
for
say,
sure.
right?
For sure.
And and it's a lot easier said than done. A lot of people say
Hmm.
that, "Hey,
Hmm.
I want to do something,"
Right.
but it's difficult. It is
Hmm.
very difficult with life circumstances and
Yep.
challenges. What
Of
I
course.
try to focus on is what your aspirations are
Yeah.
and if they're realistic. Like, for example, Joshua, someone comes to me and says, "Hey, I
I
want to be a
see.
CEO. I just graduated from college. I want to be a CEO of my company."
Of course.
Okay. I have three
Okay.
kids. I'm married. Um, okay. You have all these things holding you back. Nah, I
Hmm.
shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say holding you back, but you have all these things, right? All these, you have three kids, be like, and I'm not going to travel for work. Okay. So you
Okay.
have these couple things. We put a realistic perspective on how you reach your goal
Right.
and a timetable on how we do
Hmm.
it. This is not a me thing. This is a we thing. We do it together and
Wow.
we keep the open lines of communication wide
Hmm.
open and we're very transparent with each other. That's a coach and coachee relationship that I have. It's very solution focused.
Wow, I love that you said it's very solution focused because many times we actually hold ourselves back with those solutions. You mentioned that. You're like, it's not it's not a, holding you back in this sense, but like we even if they are like family, children, of course they're good, right? But sometimes we actually use them as excuses, right? And not only that, we also have internal excuses where like I can't do this, I'm not like that. I'm like I can't travel, I don't want to drive and all that stuff. These are all actually internal obstacles that not only they have to overcome, but sometimes it is hard to overcome yourselves. And that is what you help them do. um, how do you feel like your experience when it comes to project management and entrepreneurship, how do you leverage these skills to create meaningful solutions when it comes to the fitness industry, or to be more precise, when it comes to the coaching industry and trying to make that change in their lives?
Yes, and enablement.
Wow.
I can't coach, Joshua, I
Hmm.
can't coach somebody um if I don't have the proper training to do that, right? So
Right.
again, by whatever means necessary. So I
By
put
whatever means necessary.
one of the things that one of my mentors told me, God, years ago
Hmm.
was, Shahzad, everybody has something to offer.
Hmm.
Everybody.
Everybody.
Um, but in order to absorb the benefits of what people have to offer, you have to check your ego at the door.
Of course.
So, like, CEOs that are leading these big organizations, they have to make sure that they listen to all of the people that are around them
Hmm.
um,
Hmm.
to grow and expand and become a more influential person and a better person. I operate in the same way.
Wow.
Um, I have this saying, and I don't know if I possess this quality, but I would like to, is, John, remember John Gotti, the
Yes,
mob
of
boss,
course. Yes,
the
of
mob
course.
boss, right?
Hmm.
He had this quality. A lot of his peers said that whenever John Gotti spoke to somebody, he made them feel like they were the most important person in the room.
Wow.
I like to showcase that quality, but from the heart, being like, yes, I'm speaking to you now, but
Hmm.
you are the most important person in the room.
Hmm.
And that's my coaching style. That's my fitness style. when I'm personal training somebody, it's one-on-one. It's a very, very intimate setting.
Hmm.
And my
Hmm.
focus is all on them. Therefore, I can't take the masses. I can
Right.
only train a few people at a time because that's all my heart could give.
Of
Um,
course. Of course.
so
And it's also about being able to gauge what you can give and how much you, I mean, anyone can train 10 people in a room, 20 people in a room. You
sure.
could do that all at one time. But if, like you said, you focus more on the quality, the changes and the quality changes that you give to these individuals. And you
Absolutely.
mentioned by whatever means necessary, but you also mentioned that you are quite blessed to have these type of people and these mentors around you. Talk to us a little bit about that, and how did this improve your mission in changing people's lives?
Uh, I'm very grateful. And Joshua, I have not done one talk,
Wow.
one presentation where
Hmm.
we're talking about this where I haven't gotten emotional. So you
Wow.
may get me in an emotional way. The reason why is because I was in a really, really, really bad place.
Hmm.
Um, but the people that are around me that have always been around me, even when I was in a dark place, they were at a distance, but they were still
Hmm.
with, they
Hmm.
helped me get out of some very dark places because when I was struggling, I would think of them and say, hey, what would this person do? Or what would this person do in this situation? Would they do what I'm doing?
Right.
No. And now this is the reason why they're doing so well in their life, and I look up to them and I hold them as my role models now because I could do better too. And that's why my life's mission now is to help people because those people, my closest friends, my closest family members, they will do whatever they can to help people. And that's why for me, I always get emotional during these talks just because they don't realize how much they've helped me in life. And I can't pay tribute to them enough because they'll never know how much they know they mean to me.
Shazad, I want to tell you that I'm with you right there. I know what you feel. You know, I was in really dark places myself, and
Mm.
I can come up with a list of people and a very special mentors to me that are very um helpful, or people who have really helped me turn around my life. I wouldn't be here today. We wouldn't be having this conversation. Same thing if it weren't for those people. And those mentors of mine, they passed away. And it's even more emotional for me talking to you like this, knowing that, you know, they'll never realize that, Shazad. They'll never realize how much they helped us. And it is quite the bittersweet story. But Shazad, you are carrying their torch. We are carrying their legacy in our hearts. And your commitment, this is your evident in your commitment to social impact. Um, help take this home. Share to us some insight in your initiatives when it comes to driving that tangible change, and not just helping uplift individuals but giving back to communities. How has that inspired you? Where's the root of that inspiration, and how do you go about that?
Yes. Again, it's making the most out of the opportunities that you're given in life,
Of course, yes.
and where initially I've always been given great opportunities and I've tried to make the most out of it. But now I'm given opportunities through the lens of God. And I feel like I'm getting just amazing, amazing opportunities and
Hmm.
able to execute against them because now versus before where I was more individualistic,
Hmm.
now I have a group. I have a group of people that I work with on a regular
Wow.
basis to complete not only our life mission, but also my life mission of just helping people. So we
Wow.
get an opportunity to do a lot of great philanthropy work. One of the things is I sit on the board for an organization called Prisoner Visitation and Support (PVS), and we go around the world and we speak to different people that are incarcerated.
Wow.
Um,
Beautiful story. Wow.
because Joshua, that's one of the things that I write about in my book is
Mhm,
my past demons. And
mhm,
I could have been there could have been two places that I could have gone very, very easily, and I should have gone there.
mhm.
Either in prison or in jail. I'm sorry, in prison or 6 feet under. And
Yes, precisely.
ideally I should be 6 feet under.
Mhm,
Um, but at the least I should have been in prison. And I'm in neither of those. And I'm
mhm.
living a very healthy life, and I'm very, very fortunate. So therefore I try to give back. That's one area where, I try to speak to inmates and try to give back, and
Wow,
just let them know that there's support out there and there's people that do care, because some of these people, unfortunately, they don't get anybody to visit. So
precisely.
that's one aspect of just giving back. And the inmates that I speak to, they probably don't even know this, but they give more to me than I do for
Wow,
them. So I'm
wow.
just very appreciative of them, and being able to represent such an amazing organization.
That is truly admirable, Shazad. And first of all, it's like nobody gets to visit them, but also sometimes it just takes one person to kind of pull us through, right? It just takes one person to kind of just get us through that rough patch. And sometimes most people never get that type of person in their lives, right? And it is admirable that you are giving that opportunity to these people who we received that same opportunity from other people, and others never just didn't quite get that. And again, like you said, these are opportunities that you were presented with, and now we're giving back these same opportunities to people who do not have them. It is an admirable mission, Shazad, and I am truly glad that you have joined us today in this episode, because now I am with you in your plight. I am with you with your mission. Shazad, I would love to give you this opportunity. We'd love to know more about what you do, of course. Tell us where we can find you. Are you on any socials? Where can we connect with you? You talked about your book. Tell me the title. Where can we buy it? Where can we know more of your philanthropy and your missions? Let the audience and listeners know.
Best way to contact me, and maybe maybe I shouldn't send this out, but I always send it out. I don't care. My cell phone
Okay.
number is 847-312-2892. I don't know if we're allowed to give that out, but rules are made to be broken, so I gave it out. You could contact me through Shahzad's Nutrition, which is my website.
Uh-huh.
You could connect me
Hmm.
through, you could also contact me through LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm through all the different social media platforms.
All right.
But I will love to hear from people. So my cell phone number, um, please contact me, text me, WhatsApp me. I'm very readily available. Um, so yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Shazad, you mentioned your book. What's the title of your book? And it's on Amazon.
Yeah, Joshua. It's called Row, ROW.
Whoa.
Yeah. And what it's about is about a gentleman that
Uh-huh.
is in San Quentin prison, and he's 2 weeks away from being executed.
Oh man.
Okay, so it's heavy, heavy. It's a metaphor of how I used to live in the world and how close I was to being the same person that that people are reading about in Roe.
Okay.
Very
Wow.
close.
Wow. Amazing. To our audience and listeners, we invite you guys check out that book by Shazad. And wow, make sure
Josh,
you
can I
call
say
him.
one thing real quick?
Oh,
Can I say
go
one
ahead,
thing?
of course.
Yeah. So great thing about the proceeds from that book, anyone who purchased that book goes to charity.
Oh, amazing, amazing, amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, why not? Please go check out that book. Let's go grab a copy. You know, you are also returning to the mission of Shazad, but not just that, we are also uplifting communities and individuals who never receive that kind of support. Please go check out his socials, connect with him. He sent out that number. Everyone should be calling him right now, right after this show, and just like letting us know, letting the world know that there are people like Shazad out there giving back. And one individual at a time, one nutrition at a time, one fitness at a time, but more than that, one story at a time. And quite the redemption story for you, Shazad. Thank you for coming on here in the show.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me on, Joshua. Much appreciated.
And to all our audience and listeners out there, catch you on the next one.
All right, so here's the thing. We try to get a little bit better every day, but we can't do it without you. So if you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe below. And if you have any comments, just leave them in the space under.